Jeffrey D. Sachs's provocative essay, published on Common Dreams on the 17th of June 2025, and titled "Stop Netanyahu Before He Gets Us All Killed," is a dire warning to the world. It reflects Sachs's deep alarm over what he sees as Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu's dangerously aggressive leadership, which he believes is not only destabilizing the Middle East, but also pushing humanity toward the brink of nuclear catastrophe. Sachs opens with a stark declaration. Netanyahu's current path is one of escalation, confrontation, and potential annihilation. The Israeli leader, he argues, is not merely reacting to external threats. He is actively fostering them. Sachs portrays Netanyahu as the product of an ideological lineage rooted in early 20th century revisionist Zionism, citing figures like Ze'ev Jabotinsky, Menachem Begin, and Yitzhak Shamir. These forebears envisioned a greater Israel, encompassing all of historic Palestine and governed through military strength and Jewish supremacy. For Sachs, Netanyahu is simply the latest and most dangerous incarnation of this hardline tradition. The article then shifts to the clean break memo of 1996, which Sachs highlights as a key moment in modern geopolitical history. Drafted by American neoconservatives as policy advice for Netanyahu's earlier term, it advocated a sharp break from the Land for Peace formula and encouraged Israel to work with the U.S. to overthrow hostile regimes in the region. Sachs argues this document helped set the stage for decades of war, from Iraq and Syria to Libya, and ultimately contributed to the regional chaos that endures today. Sachs's core concern, however, lies not just in past policy, but in the trajectory of the present. He warns that Netanyahu's belligerent stance toward Iran, coupled with U.S. complicity and silence, may trigger a regional war that escalates far beyond the Middle East. He compares the current moment to the Cuban Missile Crisis of 1962, but without the diplomacy, restraint, or mutual understanding that helped avert disaster back then. The most urgent danger, Sachs writes, is the nuclear dimension. As Israel accelerates attacks on Iranian targets and continues to expand its own nuclear capabilities, while refusing to join the Non-Proliferation Treaty, the likelihood of escalation increases. Iran, backed by alliances with Russia and China, may respond forcefully. In such a scenario, great powers could be drawn into a direct conflict, raising the specter of nuclear war. Sachs's rhetorical tone becomes openly alarmist, intentionally so, as he asserts that Netanyahu's leadership might just get us all killed. Beyond geopolitics, Sachs is also clearly motivated by humanitarian concern. He condemns the suffering inflicted on Palestinians, the destruction in Gaza, and the international community's failure to rein in Israel's occupation and military offensives. For Sachs, the situation is no longer one of policy disagreement or diplomatic nuance. It is a moral crisis of the highest order. He concludes with a demand for action. The world must say enough, he insists. U.S. lawmakers, European governments, and global institutions must hold Netanyahu accountable before the consequences become irreversible. Diplomacy must replace war, justice must supplant impunity, and leaders must act before escalation turns to extinction. Sachs's article is more than a political op-ed. It is a desperate call to prevent a global tragedy. It reflects his long-standing commitment to diplomacy, multilateralism, and sustainable development, and reveals his deep frustration with the inertia of global institutions in the face of what he sees as deliberate provocation and reckless leadership. Word count. A heartfelt light. To every soul whose hand did give, you've helped me dream, helped me live. In darkest hours your light came through, with hearts so kind, so pure, so true. Your gifts, like stars in deepest night, have steered me gently toward the light. Each coin, each word, each silent prayer, a thread of hope, so rich, so rare. My eyes once dimmed now seek the skies, and slowly clearer visions rise. Because of you, I dare to see the world again, its grace, its plea. Your compassion's flame will not just stay with me alone. It lights the way for others wandering through despair to feel the warmth of selfless care. You've shown what love in action means, in quiet ways through giving scenes. You've built a bridge from soul to soul and made the broken feel more whole. So let this thanks rise like a song, a melody both soft and strong. May your example gently call more hearts to rise to give. To fall into the joy of lifting pain, of planting hope where none remains. Your kindness walks beside me still, a light, a love, a living will.
Don't forget to hit that subscribe button to show your support.